Hey everyone, Ryan Meeks here with Escape to Arizona, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Gilbert, town of Gilbert. We're going to give you a market update, what's going on here. It's moving so quickly, the market is just rapidly changing with all these interest rates. Today we've had a 3/4 point increase in the Fed funds rate, so it'll be interesting to see how that affects mortgage rates moving forward in the next couple of weeks. Definitely we'll give you an update on that, so make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell to be informed of anything going on here in these Southeast Valley markets. So we're going to get to it, and without further ado, looking at the Gilbert market today. So what I hope you guys will take away from this is we're just going to compare today's market with what's been going on last month. Now, like I said, it's imperative that you look on a month-to-month basis. You can't really look on a year-to-year basis. I mean, things are changing so quickly. I throw last year out the window. It really, at this point, doesn't matter what happened last year. We're going to take a look at the price ranges that are selling quickly in Gilbert, which price ranges are changing the fastest, and give you an update on some price reductions that have been going on. Tell you about the supply-demand balance, looking at contract ratio, as well as the Cromford Market Index, two very important things. And basically kind of give you an idea on what to offer on a home if you're looking to purchase, kind of a generic way to calculate that. But take that with a grain of salt. There's a lot of variables that, you can't just go in there and, kind of do a one-off offer that would work on one home compared to another home, because obviously there's a lot of things that are different between homes. And also we're just going to give you an idea on, if you're looking, a good starting point to price your home if you're looking to sell. And then I'm going to share one noteworthy news article with you, so make sure you stick around for that. One thing I do want to tell you is that when you're looking at the MLS, when your realtor sends you the MLS, or if they tell you how many properties are on the market, they may give you a number right now like 18,220. And if they're talking about the Phoenix metropolitan area, that's going to be an incorrect number, because what's happening now is that a lot of our listings are coming from Tucson, Flagstaff, Show Low, places outside of our metro market that a lot of us don't even service. So the number's looking more like 16,585 currently, which you can see on this other picture I have on this slide here to the right. And that entire circle is the circumference of the area that I'm talking about. So that to me is even extended further than the Phoenix metropolitan area. So just something to keep in mind. And another thing to keep in mind is of that 16,585 of those active listings that I have on here, I like to include the coming soons, because those are just, to me, they're on the market, but they're not quite ready. So those will be listed over on active. You won't be able to see those on Zillow. You'll only be able to see those with a realtor. I have another video on that if you want to check it out here, but definitely something that you may want to ask your realtor about. Hey, can I see the coming soons? And they'll have to send those directly from the MLS to you. All right. And as an example, we have 115 listings coming from Flagstaff, 22 listings coming from Tucson. So, I mean, I have clients occasionally moving to Tucson, but I'll just refer them to somebody in Tucson or someone in Flagstaff. They have different MLSs that service their markets. So I don't know why they're showing up here. Anyways, let's look at an important figure, and that's active listings this month versus active listings last month. So how does it compare? Let's look at it. So 2022, 470, June of 2022, 470 listings that were active June 28th. Now we're looking at 812 active listings. And if you actually look at where I have this little X crossing it out, it says 693. That is how many active listings we had back on July 21st. Today is July 28th. And maybe off a few figures, but 812 active listings is what we're showing in the town of Gilbert. Now, pendings, last month versus this month, 353 pending listings. Those are listings under contract, contingent on a buyer sale, whatever you want to call it. But 353 total under contract listings. And right now, that number has dwindled down to 308. So seeing a decrease in listings going under contract month to month. And now let's look at contract ratio, and I kind of separated this by zip code. So wherever you guys are looking, I know some people are like, hey, I want to be in Val Vista Lakes, which is 85234. Others want to be down in Seville, which is 85298. As you can see on the left, that those are figures from July 1st. And what we saw is we had 3 of the 6 zip codes in Gilbert were considered a hot market. And so that's going to be like Northwest Gilbert, Northern Gilbert up there, Val Vista Lakes area, and then 85295, which sort of has the, it's like the area around the mall, Topgolf, that type of stuff. So very fun area to be in, to be honest with you. And then now what we're seeing is all of these have come down to a warm, balanced market, all of these zip codes. And most of them were up, like, the other ones that were not quite hot were almost at the marker for hot, which is 60 on the contract ratio. And you can see actually the 85298 market has gone into what's called a cold market down there. So 29.4, those are little ice cubes in case you're wondering what those are. And the high in Gilbert, Gilbert as a total was 578.7 on the contract ratio, and then the low was 38. And in case you're wondering how to get that number, you take the you take what's under contract, divide it by the active listings. So if we have 1 under contract, 3 active, you're going to have a 0.33 contract ratio. Multiply that by 100, you get 33.3. So that would then put you in a warm/balanced market. So that is how you calculate contract ratio. It's an important figure when you're looking at how busy a market is. So something definitely to keep in mind, along with the Cromford Market Index. So using those 2 indicators will really help you kind of figure out where price is going. And everyone's favorite graph. So here we're looking at monthly average sale price per square foot. So price per square foot, something I know a lot of my buyers show me when they're looking at homes. They'll compare one home to another, then they'll look at the price per square foot. So just something I threw in here. Gilbert's still hovering around 302, and you can see that's pretty much on par with how it was in April. So definitely prices coming down in terms of price per square foot. Looks like we maxed out around $334 back in April. And I put Queen Creek on there just to give you guys sort of a benchmark to look at the comparison. So you'll see these cities and towns are very different when it comes to price per square foot. If you're looking at Paradise Valley, it's somewhere around $600. So definitely varies based on where you're looking. And keep in mind, this Queen Creek figure is probably higher, but Queen Creek with the Cromford report includes Santan Valley, because Santan Valley, the borders are always changing, so they just grouped it in with Queen Creek. It's not really an incorporated town. Yeah. Now, if we're looking at everybody's second favorite graph, so monthly average sales price. So in Gilbert, actually that number is still going up. It's just under $740,000 for the monthly average sale price. I cannot believe. I'm pretty surprised by this graph. And you can see from January, I mean, it's gone down a little bit and then kind of back up here. In June, it fell a little bit, but now it looks like it's climbing back up. So monthly average sales price at some all-time highs here in July. Be interesting to see the August figures on that, because this was obviously homes that closed or went under contract in June. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next month. Make sure you subscribe, check in. So closings over list price. This is, pretty interesting to take a look at. And this is going to be the median. So we have 3 that closed, for instance, in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. The median over ask amount was $13,200. So it looks like our busiest market between the $500,000 and $600,000 range, we had 28 close over list price for an average of $5,550. So there's still, a little bit of a seller's market thing going on. I mean, we're not going to call this a buyer's market because we still got a lot of closings over list price. So quite a bit here. Now, listing success rate. This is kind of an interesting graph to take a look at. So the left number here on each one of these bar graphs is going to be how many were canceled or expired. And then on the right are going to be how many closed. So you can see, such as the $600,000 to $800,000 range, You had an 80%, almost 79.8% listing success rate there, 73 expired cancels, and 289 going through and actually closing. And that's going to be the past 90 days. So you can see as we get up in price, the success rate kind of comes down. So, and obviously between the $400,000 and $500,000 range is where you're seeing most of the successful listings going through, finishing, and recording. That's closing. So days on market in all of Gilbert. Now, if we look at January through April, 6 to 7 days before homes went under contract. So what people would do is they would put them on a Monday. By the next Monday, they would have a contract on them. Sometimes they put them on the market Thursday. By Monday, they'd have a contract on them. Now, this has gone all the way up in Gilbert to 20 days on the market before a contract is accepted. So a little bit of effort. Some open house is going to have to happen. Some flyers going to have to be sent out. Maybe paying for some Facebook ads. However you want to promote your home. Maybe a YouTube video. I don't know. Days on market, Gilbert by price range, July 17th figures. So these are all between each one of these prices. You can see, I tried to break things down for you guys. Basically, between the $300,000 and $400,000 range, 26 days on the market, $400,000 to $500,000, 20 days. The sweet spot between $600,000 and $700,000, 15 days on the market. So that seems to be where the most, the fastest selling homes are between $600,000 and $700,000, and $700,000 to $800,000 just kind of going up from there. $900,000 to $1 million there. I believe we're hitting a little under 30, maybe let's call it 25 days there. Kind of hard to tell on this graph. Over $1 million. There's a lot of people that are interested in homes over $1 million because those are only 11 days on the market. So kind of interesting. And I spoke with someone at a new build facility, new build development today. And yeah, she was telling me like they're over $1 million price point out in Queen Creek, really, not taking a hit, having plenty of demand there. It's the lower priced new builds that she's having trouble getting rid of. So that's interesting too. I'm going to have sort of an incentive video that's going to be coming up, what these builders are offering for incentives. And what I did for that is I just kind of called some builders that I know and said, hey, what are you guys doing for incentives? But pretty interesting, the response that I got. So look out for that video coming up, okay? Now, let's see, price cuts in Gilbert. So price reductions. As of the week of July 17th, 218 price reductions. Now, obviously, inventory is growing. We have, roughly 800 homes on the market. So 803. So 218 price reductions, roughly about a quarter of those being reduced in price, 25%. So you are seeing some price reductions, and of course, some homes still going for, over asking, but not 218 going over ask. So price reductions are coming. So supply and demand, what's that looking like in Gilbert? Well, we have these fun little gauges at the Cromford report they come up with, and this is actually updated Friday morning. So look out, I'm going to have a short video on YouTube and Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, check me out on Instagram. Get a little look into my personal life, I guess. But yeah, supply index here. Supply is still a little bit low. Once it hits these yellow gauges around 100, then that's when we're going to be balanced out at supply. But you can see demand has just fallen down to 61.5. Once again, when you hit the 100 mark there, that's going to be a balanced market here. And in Gilbert, I mean, we pretty much hit a balanced market. 110 is a balanced market. 100 will be more of a balanced market, but that's where we're at. So seeing a lot more balance, and just like we saw on the contract ratio there, those have really fallen in Gilbert. So definitely becoming more of a balanced market here. Here's a look just comparing some cities that are nearby. So Sun Lakes, which is a 55 plus community, it's a really, really big town. That's got 145, so still a seller's market there. Mesa, a little bit of a seller's market. Chandler as well. Gilbert just switching over to a balanced market. Tempe as well, and then Queen Creek, which includes Santan Valley's, over there almost at a buyer's market. but that's including Santan Valley. So, take that with a grain of salt as well, because I think Queen Creek is a little bit more in demand than Santan Valley. Okay. So dollar per square foot in the price range that you're looking at. So let's say you're looking at 2,800 to 3,200 square foot home, and you're wondering, hey, where do I price this home, or where should I offer? Well, just to let you guys know, I mean, looking back here, we had some days, like I said, where there's 6-7 days on the market. And now we're at about 18 days on the market. So what you want to do is you want to look at, see how long that home has been on the market. And if it's more than 18 days, you're going to have a little bit more leverage as a buyer. And if it's less than 18 days, well, you may have a little bit of leverage, but you may be looking at either seeing if that home remains on the market, or paying basically the list price. So 18 to 20 days seems to be that sweet spot. To where you can get a little more leverage if the homes have been sitting longer than that. So something to keep in mind. And like I said, we're just using a 2,800 to 3,200 square foot example here. And something, please take this, there's a huge range. If we're looking at 2,800 to 3,200 square foot homes, anywhere from $186 per square foot all the way up to $484 per square foot. So we're looking at the average list price per square foot at contract acceptance being $270. So just something that you may want to consider: less leverage, under $270 per square foot. A little bit more leverage above $270 per square foot. So something to keep in mind. Now, obviously, if the home is decked out and it's $350 per square foot, you're not going to have a whole lot of leverage, because you get a super nice home. You're going to have to take a comp that is very similar to that home and compare it, see what the price is and what you can get for it. But this is just a very generic way to either price the home or find out if you can get any leverage on a home that is listed for sale. So, hey, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's go over my news story today. This one I thought was interesting. Gilbert news, although it applies to Phoenix. Realtor.com has analyzed 200 of the largest metropolitan areas. They've calculated which ones in June saw the highest percentage of home listings with price cuts. So this is for the Phoenix area. Doesn't really include Gilbert, but it's our market as well. So I just thought it might be something that's very interesting. So we are third. Sellers are slashing their prices. Basically, we're number 3. So Austin, they're slashing prices a little bit more. Reno, Nevada, a little bit more. Anchorage, Alaska, I didn't know anybody lived in Anchorage, but I actually do have a few clients from Anchorage. So some places to take a look at where prices are being slashed, and Phoenix hit number 3, and this was just a brand new article that just came out a couple days ago. So pretty interesting to see that we're getting some price cuts here, and it's definitely, I'm interested to see what is among us, what's going to happen in August and September. And if you guys have any questions, please do reach out. Love the opportunity to let you pick my brain, or take you out and look at some listings and go from there. But hey, thanks for watching this market update, and stay tuned. We'll have another one very soon. Make sure you like and subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what you thought of this update. We'll see you on the next one.